Well, the coronation of the new Oni is a watershed in the history of the Yoruba land generally, and Ife in particular. Now, because they have a leader now, that will... Simply put, Gura is a beautiful countryside with awesome landscapes. If something differently would be done to the Nigerian textile industries, that our youth will be employed. Attend the church here can tell you.
Service in Holy Rosa is in Benin.
We are taking a canoe tour of the communities on the bank of River Niger in Getso. We continue our story on Sukur Kingdom. Sukur is an unfinished story. In our earlier episode, we made a point that the people of Sukur are hill dwellers, and with a difference. They are in Madagali local government area of Adamawa state. There is only one way to them, by foot. It takes nothing short of 3 hours to reach the King's Palace, which is the first settlement. Sukur has 23 settlements. In the course of our first story, we showed how the people of Sukur evolved unique technology to create stone pavements to ease their climb, farm terraces to guarantee success of their agriculture, and built a palace for their king that is a masterpiece of architecture and a thing of beauty. We make progress now. Sukur King's Palace is one of the reasons UNESCO enlisted it as a World Heritage Site. To imagine this palace was there for over 7 centuries and not affected by vagaries of time and weather.
Most of the time when I sit down to look at this palace, I say to myself, if it is necessary every son of this kingdom reflects and give kind words to our forefathers. This palace is a thing of honor and pride to us that we inherited from our forefathers. Most especially, we members of the royal household, we are most grateful to our forefathers. Any person who comes to this house is overwhelmed and often asks, is it handmade or how was it built? The person will be consumed by surprise. We are really proud of this house, and to every son of Sukur, it is a thing of pride to him. It is a thing of pride to him.
One of the unique things that makes Sukur stand out as a cultural environment today is the fact that it preserves and recreates ancient practices in agriculture, architecture, culture, and everyday life. The terrace system in their agriculture is one. It has been in practice for centuries. They still practice it. There is some good news coming from Sukur today. The wall fencing technology using stone is not lost on the people. If you look across all these areas, you will find that the walls are built like this with stones, as it was done some 500 years ago. But the fact is, these ones have been built like a year ago or 2 years ago. And when you look all around this area, you'll find this kind of fencing. It has been done very recently, different from what happened in the King's Palace, which was built almost 500-700 years ago. Which means that the people have been able to retain this technology and they are still practicing it. And I think that is a good news. Nowhere, I think nowhere around this area do people practice as much as these people do, building walls with the stone.
When we talk of the King's Palace, it is not the king that is involved in the building. Already, the people of the community have imbibed the culture of building. So, they build in stone. However, they vary the building of their houses from that of the palace, because king is king, subject is subject.
There are variations, but buildings in all the 23 settlements in Sukur Kingdom are styled in stone fencing, and the rooms are predominantly constructed out of stone. Environment may have influenced how people of Sukur Kingdom turn stone to be a major pillar of their civilization. Yet, there are evidences that ancient Sukur Kingdom has been prolific in the use of iron. As much as the people of Sukur are skilled or specialized in stone building, they are also skilled blacksmiths. In fact, the act of blacksmithing here has dated as back as the time when the stone building has been going on. And it is essential for their agriculture, their farm implements, and of course, for their weaponry and other things like that. Now, this is a peculiar place where activities of blacksmithing is going on. So let us see what is going on inside. Sanoku da aiki. Wala bana shigo. Sanoku ya aiki ko. Lafiya lo. Sanoku da aiki. Wala ne yake. Sanoku Our guide showed us an area where the people tap from their rich reserve of iron ore and the special furnace they had in place to treat the iron ore in time. He said this place has spiritual value for the people and special rituals are performed to celebrate the gift of iron. The place is an abandoned factory now, but for its historical and aesthetic values. Sukur is in a plateau. The people tap extensively from the possibility that the topography offers. Rich water sources and fertile ground are shown. On account of that, widespread irrigation farming is going on this hilltop. Our visit was in the dry season, and we witnessed firsthand how effective irrigation farming is to these people. The crop they produce are no less amazing: sugarcane, cocoyam, Irish potato, and onion, among several others. It is not like there are running waters up there. The irrigation is powered by tube wells.
We bought a generating set to pump the water to the farms. We already dug a borehole. We don't have a precise measurement of the farms, but you can see its length.
Occupationally too, the people of Sukur have over the years developed a cattle patterning system peculiar to themselves. The system is a business endeavor. Inside the house, they build an underground chamber. There, they tether a cow for upward of 6 months. It does not go out. Everything the cow needs is provided. At the end, it is brought out and sold, and a younger cow is brought and tethered. This system is widespread among several households and operated with a high rate of success. We have made a point that politically, Sukur is a kingdom. In this kingdom, there is only one royal house that perpetually produces the king. Over the centuries, they never had conflict over which ruling house to produce the next Hidi. These perhaps explain why they were able to preserve their customs and traditions to this day. However, the other 22 settlements produce the traditional title holders and other officers in the king's court. Inside the king's palace, there is a chamber where the king and all the traditional title holders meet to educate on matters of state, issues like law and order, external aggression, common festivals and initiation rites.
Okay, thank you very much.
And also, this room have another purpose.
Okay.
It serves as a courtroom.
Okay.
Sometimes the Hidi and title holders pass judgment here. That's why if you come here, this is the seat of the Hidi.
Okay. The king himself.
Yeah, the king himself. The other stones, what you are seeing here.
Yes. So like I can sit here?
Yeah, but belong to one title holder. Each title holder have his stone here.
So if I sit here, I'm sitting.
You are sitting
on some title holders.
So, and people from royal families, this is their side.
Okay.
So maybe if somebody make an offense, they will come and pass the judgment here. And mistakenly, for example, the offense that you have did reach another level, you will be punished here. The punishment before, if you make a mistake, they will take you back at that building. Look at that house. If you refuse to tell the truth, maybe you poison somebody and they tell you to say it, either you did it or not, and you refuse to say it, and people know exactly you are the one that offended that man, they will take you back there so that they will pull your leg inside here. After they pull your leg, they get a log and tie your leg.
They chain you literally?
Yeah, they chain you. So they will leave you there. Maybe in the next 3 to 4 hours, you will tell the truth that, yes, actually, I'm the one that did that.
Okay, so it's like your punishment.
So they will take you now to prison, because we have a prison yard outside, but it is abundant now.
Okay.
So I will going to show you later.
Okay. So, now tell me, so you are still practicing a communal system in this place?
Yeah.
Does that rule still exist?
But it is not existing now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's old time. Yeah. So now you have a more modern way of crime and punishment.
Exactly.
So the Hidi doesn't sit in judgment.
Well, actually, Hidi is still making judgment.
Yeah.
But judgment, if it's not acceptable by the person that are making that judgment, the Hidi will assign him to go to either court or something like that.
Or to the police.
Yeah.
Okay. What we have described had been a system that had been working for Sukur people as a traditional society. Pure as these systems are, Sukur must be receptive to what is happening in modern society. Essentially, it is no longer a society isolated. It is precisely on account of these changes that Sukur is today on the crossroads. First, it is going through a transition from traditional society to a modern society. These changes are far from easy. In a sense, Sukur is still somehow close to the world. Its access roads do not help. Up to this day, there are barriers put past the different settlements uphill, but no motorcycles and no bicycles and no cars access it. That in this situation, UNESCO provided a big generating set to Sukur people to provide them electricity and open them more to the world. For over 3 years now, the machine is downhill idle. There is no way it can be transported uphill. Effectively, Sukur has no electricity supply and no telecommunication services.
Access road is a major obstacle to us. Road is a means to bring development to this community. Any of our people that has vehicle, we inevitably have to leave it on the lower ground. Our farm produce are difficult to be taken to the markets on lower ground. Should anyone go to the market and find additional value to this produce, he can hardly take advantage of it.
High up, some rock paths have been paved to create a path for motorcycles that link Sukur with the Michika. In that way, the critically ill and the infirm are right to hospital to access quality care if the need arise. By the account of the community, the journey had not been very safe, but it is faster.
Now, this is the road. That is, we call it like motorbike road. Okay. We are, if somebody is sick here in Sukur, or pregnant woman, people use that motorbike or motorcycle to carry them down so that they can carry it to Michika. It's a simple way. But to carry it on head, on paved walkway, they find it difficult. And from here, if you observe carefully, you can see that interim end of that hill is Michika.
The whole 23 communities in Sukur benefit from one primary health care center. There are no doctors. It has only one staff who operates 24 hours. He has his room in the clinic. We met him, a very friendly person who administered drugs to my crew for body pains. No thanks to our long walk uphill. The people of Sukur have in time recognized the value of Western education, but accessing it is a desperate act. They have only 3 primary schools across the 23 settlements. Now, it so happened this one had 3 classrooms, but in the wake of the Boko Haram insurgency in the area, the school was vandalized, short of being brought down. All the roofings have been blown out. Many were burnt. The classes stand without roofs. The students sit in class that way in all weather, thanks to the rich rock source in the area. For primary 1 class, there is no rooms for them. The school premises caters for their class needs. On the account of one of the teachers in the school has only 4 teachers for now. He complained that the teachers often turn down postings to Sukur. Of the 4 teachers available now, 3 are volunteers from the community. Only 1 is in a government payroll. This teacher said during the Boko Haram attack on Sukur, 2 of their teachers escaped Yola. It is almost 2 years now. They never returned.
The teacher is short because we have too much of the public and the teacher is short for the public.
What happened to the teachers?
The government is not influenced or say.
But are teachers ready to come up here and teach?
No.
Are you from school?
Yes, I am from school.
All the teachers are from school?
Eh?
All the teachers here are from school?
No.
Okay.
Others are down.
Okay.
And others are here.
Okay.
Yes.
You told me that because of the insurgency, many of your teachers could not come back.
Yes.
Yes. How many of them? Tell me the story.
There are 2.
There is, however, no denying the enthusiasm of parents and students to go to school. The assembly is full, even as more pupils rush to queue in. Perhaps because of the distance between communities, arrival to schools pick up around 9 in the morning.
We have too much of problem here. See the school. We don't have anything to say about. So we talk to the parents of the children to come to do this thing. They are yet to come. So we need government to help us here.
Although there is enthusiasm to come to school, there is no way the classes available will mop up all the children of school-going age of this hilltop community. In fact, as we move around town, we saw children of school-going age going to farmlands instead of being at school. There are still some, though, not occupied by any activity, yet out of school. There is no post-primary school of any guide in Sukur. Students graduating to secondary school go downhill. We had shown images of pupils daily going downhill to secondary schools and coming uphill in closing hours, especially when they are on day secondary school. From our point of view, it was a test of their will to gain education.
amma yanzu girman Sukur ai ya kamata ko
Going by the size of Sukur today, I think we deserve a senior secondary school at least, because the land is big enough. But we only have primary schools. The primary schools are not adequate enough to mop up all children of school-going age in the 23 communities. And we have 3 primary schools.
The people of Sukur often find their water needs from rocks and wells. However, the community benefits from 26 constructed wells, 2 in each settlement, provided by the National Commission for Museums and Monuments. These wells have been a life support for these communities. The Hidi, however, wants a situation where the water supply to the area can be improved by solar-powered methods. It is important to note that from this hilltop, Sukur is linked directly with the towns in Cameroon Republic from its eastern borders. In fact, they go to the same market, intermarry, and move across each other's borders seamlessly. As late as 2014, Sukur is one of the most visited tourist sites in Nigeria. It has not been so for a long time. Sukur is in a location at one time threatened by Boko Haram insurgents. In fact, at a point, they attacked the Sukur itself. The attack on Sukur resulted in bringing down challengement for tourists, both at the downhill and uphill. Peace is restored now, but the chalets are not put back on shape. Our visit to Sukur is a testimony that the place is open to the world again. Our job done, we begin our descent to the lower ground. It is faster now, but requires greater circumspection. As we move, I pondered why there is no police outpost in Sukur, no court, no army. So while the area is today a modern society, some key security instruments are not there. Pleasantly, on the day we came down, it happened to be a market day. We scanned the market to see what the people of Sukur bring to the market. It is mostly palm produce, groundnut, guinea corn, beans, sugarcane, which are loaded to market across the state and the nation. We also went back to the foot of the hill to see what the people are taking home. It is a beautiful picture of a tank climb with the various shades of purchases from the market.
Can I see your particulars, sir?
Officer, my particulars no dey here.
In that case, you'll have to come with me to the police station.
Officer, which levels? Where I for find you something make you take arrange your weekend.
What? Offense number 1, driving without particulars. Offense number 2, trying to bribe an officer of the law.
I won't harass Nigerians or take bribe. Change begins with me.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
The sunflower, Helianthus annus, is an annual plant in the family Asteraceae with a large head, capitulum. The stem of the flower can grow up to 3 meters tall with a flower head that can be 30 centimeters wide. The flower head is actually an inflorescence made of hundreds or thousands of tiny flowers called florets. The central florets look like the center of a normal flower and the outer florets look like yellow petals. Altogether, they make up a false flower or pseudanthium. The benefit to the plant is that it is easily seen by the insects and birds, which pollinate it, and it produces thousands of seeds. The sunflower is the state flower of Kansas. That is why Kansas is sometimes called Sunflower State.
Sunflower is another beautiful plant. Its flowers are usually very big, and like it's called sunflower. It does well during a dry season. It can also do well even rainy season. So it's not a seasonal plant, but where it blossoms fine is during a dry season.
To grow well, sunflowers need full sun. They grow best in fertile, wet, well-drained soil with a lot of mulch. The outer petal-bearing florets are the sterile florets and can be yellow, red, orange, or other colors. The florets inside the circular head are called disc florets, which mature into seeds. The flower petals within the sunflower's cluster are always in a spiral pattern. Generally, each floret is oriented towards the next by approximately the golden angle, which is 137.5 degrees, producing a pattern of interconnecting spirals, where the number of left spirals and the number of right spirals are successive Fibonacci numbers. Typically, there are 34 spirals in one direction and 55 in the other. On a very large sunflower, there could be 89 in one direction and 144 in the other. While the vibrant, strong sunflower is recognized worldwide for its beauty,
flowers generally is life. It's good to have flowers everywhere. They are wonderful. If you have a flower in your house, it shows that you are living healthy. Because if your house is stuffed and when you have a flower there, it tell you there's something wrong with your house. Like I have a flower in my house that actually showed me that my house was stuffed. I need to open up. So flowers are very good.
It is also an important source of food. Sunflower oil is a valued and healthy vegetable oil, and sunflower seeds are enjoyed as a healthy, tasty